Hi, my name is Jordan and this is Ashley, and we're physical therapists at Advanced Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Today we are going to be talking about posture. Posture is one of those terms that gets thrown around all over the place, and it can be something that's so easy to fix, yet it can cause so many problems in the shoulder, neck, and back. So today we're going to look at a few examples of poor posture and good posture and give you a few tools on how to see if you have poor or good posture and how to correct those, so hopefully you can avoid having any shoulder, neck, or back problems. So Ashley here is going to demonstrate for us a bad posture. So there's going to be a couple things we're going to look for here, and this is very easy to look at on yourself in the mirror or have somebody else look at too. So you can notice here how she has a forward head posture. Her shoulders are both rounded. She's bent over, so you can see this increased curve of her back. All those things are going to be things that are going to cause her to possibly have either neck problems in the future, shoulder problems because she won't be able to raise her arm as high up in the air, and back problems here too. So let's go ahead and have Ashley show us a good posture, one that would hopefully prevent these problems from happening. So we can see a huge change already. Her head is up straight. Her ear is in line with her shoulder, and then her shoulder is in line with her hips, so we're looking for a straight line here. Her back doesn't have as much of a curvature, and her shoulders are not rounded anymore, yet they're back, and this allows her to have a much more ergonomically correct posture. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ashley and her workspace being in a poor posture. So let's go through a few things that you could do to tell if you're in a poor posture and a few ways for you to fix it at a workspace, for example. So the first thing that Ashley is doing here is she has her computer very far away from her. So the first thing we like to do to fix that is have her bring her computer a little bit closer. So that allows her to do is that forces her to sit up, and that causes both of her shoulders to unround and go back, be nice and close together. And then if we're looking at the angle of her hips, in this posture here, she has a much nicer angle, about a 90-degree angle of her hips. If she goes forward again, that angle closes down and becomes less than 90 degrees, and that's what we want to try to avoid. So big thing, get the computer or the iPad, whatever you're using at work, and try to get that a little bit closer to yourself. Okay, so next big thing, the chair. Ashley's chair right now is a little bit too high, and I think you can see that her legs are just freely floating there and they're not touching the ground. So one thing we can do to correct that is get her chair down a little bit lower, and so her feet are touching the ground and her knees and her ankles are at a nice 90-degree angle. That allows her to sit a little bit more upright, keep her head up and shoulders back, and avoid that poor posture that we were talking about before.
So a few more things to consider when looking at posture in your workspace is the location of your computer screen. For Jordan, if he opens up his iPad or laptop and the screen is too far backwards, he's going to have to lean over to look and see what's on the screen. But if he opens it up and it's not open far enough, he's going to wind up bending down or changing where he's at so he can see his screen. So Jordan needs to open up his iPad a little bit further so that he can see the screen well. Another thing to consider is the height of the laptop or iPad on the table itself. So ideally, for the correct angle of the screen and the correct position of your arms, the height of the keyboard needs to be so that the arm can be in nearly a 90-degree angle. So for Jordan, the surface of this countertop is fairly good. Some people may need to raise the level of their workspace up a little higher. Some desks are adjustable, or you can prop your laptop up on a book.